In the previous video, I showed you how to do the sharpening globally with the detail panel options. But let me just turn this off now and go to the tools here on the top. What I would like to use to add this local adjustment, so sharpening locally on the image, I'm going to use the adjustment brush. Now with this brush, you can set up the features that you would like to change. And in this case, what I would like to use for sharpening is the sharpness and clarity. Now first, let me just increase the sharpness. And I'm going to use the brush to draw over the eye, because this is the part which I really want to emphasize and make it very sharp, or as sharp as possible. So now, as you can see, I added sharpness, but it's not necessarily the best way to increase sharpening on an image which had originally quite a high noise level. So you will always have this balancing act in images, that you have noise in the image and you want to increase sharpening, but you can't do the two together most of the time. You have to be more clever to do this. So I will, instead of using the sharpness control, increase clarity, because clarity will give the impression of sharpness or contrast without introducing more noise from the original image. So let me just show you now. If I turn this off, this was before and this is after. So as you can see, we increased the contrast on this part of the image without adding more noise. But probably this is a bit too much, so I will make it a bit more subtle, something like this. And instead of adding too much sharpness, I will just add a little bit of more sharpness. So let's just see now before and after. So that was before and this is after. So you can see that with first using a global sharpening and then add a local sharpening, we could really achieve what we wanted. So we could get rid of the noise and then add sharpening without adding the noise again, and then focus on a specific spot of the image, which is the most important, and then we added even more sharpness there. So that's a very clever way to work in Lightroom, and that's the workflow I recommend to do. You can always do first the color corrections and then go into the details and sharpening. But most of the times, first I do the details and sharpening and then play around with the colors. And that's what exactly I'm going to do in the next video. So now that we have the sharpness and the noise sorted, now we can do the color changes. And in this case, I'm going to zoom out. So I just click on the adjustment brush again, click on the image and zoom out to be able to see the whole image together.